This is an ASMR video. Hear the cards. Hear the cards shuffling. So relaxing. Just kidding, this is not an ASMR video. I was just taking a shower and I thought of some shit. Hey, check this out. This is a picture, I've been to Prague, of a clock that they have there. Check this story out. The guy who made it, they blinded him so he could never make anything like that ever again. The people of Prague. I get winded, but I'm going to talk about that later. My lungs have been shittier lately. I'll get to that. After they blinded his ass so he couldn't repeat that anywhere, he hurled his blind body down the gears of the clock and fucked it up, and no one knew how he did it. So they finally fucking cracked it years later, and that's what it looks like, and it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I'm sorry, I have a tripod, and oh God, let's hope I don't run out of room. I mean, here, it's got a light. Maybe my compromise can be is that I don't turn off the light, but I hate fucking shaking the camera around here. See if there's sit on this chair here. Yeah, I got some shit to say that's like fucking relevant. Here, there we go. Nice pretty background. Fuck, I hate being winded. There's a lot to say. Forgot my bracelets and rings. Sorry, bracelets and rings. I feel naked without them. So I was thinking about like blocking what people want to say. I had a video taken down and I was talking about long COVID, but the thing is nobody knows for long COVID about it except for the people who have it. And it said that they took it down because of medical misinformation. Well, it just so happens that I tagged, even put the hashtags in, Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, maybe Bill Maher, I don't remember, some couple other people, but everybody who fucking a lot of people hate, right? And who a lot of people like, but you don't really hear about that as often. Anyways, I think that's why it got taken down. But the point was simply this, that I never really got to say, what's the danger in hearing someone talk? If what they have to say is bullshit, that will come out. Expose it to sunlight. Shit fucking, that's what happens. So if something they're saying is not true, it will come out as bullshit. You have to trust people to have critical thinking and be able to be big boys, big girls, and fucking think for ourselves. You should never censor that. Then people say, well, what about people, like Dave Chappelle going after trans people? That increases crime. Look, anybody who was gonna fucking hurt a trans person, a gay person, any of that shit in any way, I'm sorry, but it was not because of a fucking comedy special. Nobody saw that special and went out and hurt anybody. So that shit has nothing to do with fucking jokes. I heard ContraPoints, who I'm a big fan of, Natalie Wynn, say, what was it? God, I hate going blank like this. This is part of the long COVID and part of probably just doing way too many drugs over the years. But, and so much happening, we're all getting fucking forgetful these days, even the best of them. I'm like, man, I shouldn't have fucked myself up with drugs for years. I felt bad about it. And now I'm like, fuck, I'm glad I did live to the extremist and go places and travel and try everything, because I would be fucked right now. I have to be on heart medication, the brain fog they talk about. All that shit is real. And it really is it's the sensation of not being able to breathe. But the doctors listen to your lungs and it sounds fine. Sometimes shit goes up, people get pneumonia and stuff, and that shows up in x-rays. But for the most part, they x-ray your lungs and they're like, oh, everything looks fine. So to be one of the people who got it when fucking, March of 2019 or some shit, right when we got it, it has been horrible. And the experience of people not believing me, family and things like that, maybe it's allergies. When my story has not changed for years, that has been almost as difficult as the illness itself is having people doubt it. So I'm sorry, long haulers. The biggest break I got from it was when I was lucky enough to get some very pure white powder made with a certain leaf called the coca leaf. Now, that's not, I was very lucky to get that. Normally you would never see anything like that this far north, but I forgot that I was sick for like 2 weeks, and I could breathe. It was fucking weird. And then, you get the dirty shit. It's the opposite. Now I feel like I can't breathe. So I'm done with that. I found a place that you can order coca leaves online in Peru. What you do, they get the powder. You put 5 grams, apparently, of the powder under your tongue. And first you put it in a cup, sprinkle it with like a couple things of baking soda, bisodium carbonate. And that releases the alkaloids. You put it under your tongue, and like after about 30 minutes, you start to feel a lot better. If I get that same medicinal effect, and it has the same essence of what felt like it was like repairing synapses and neurons and like making my brain function and better than even like Adderall or some shit like that, like I'll be a very, very lucky person. But yeah, I mean, it slows people down. It does. I mean, there's moments where people think you're like a fucking dementia patient where you have to take windows. And that's why I wanted to talk, about like different things, It's like that Bjork song where she says, moments of clarity are so rare, I better document this. And I feel like I've gone on for long enough. But yeah, we'll see how the coca leaves work out. I say stop being so afraid of anybody talking. Unless they have power, like, I know that's how sometimes people get power, by talking, but like, unless it's like a fucking president or some shit like that, and even then we should stop freaking out. Like, dude, the world is going insane right now. Everybody's losing their mind, and if fucking, who's president? Like, politicians aren't gonna save the fucking day. What I can tell you is I have state health insurance, I have affordable housing, and sorry Republicans, I have fucking EBT. That's a lot of government help. But as the world's going to shit, more and more people are going to need the help. And all I can say is, annoying as the left is sometimes, it's because of Democrats that I have these benefits. Republicans would cut that shit as soon as they could. So, and that's where, like, I don't know. A political video is another video, something to get into. But like I said, like, it's I can't even say I'm independent anymore, which is what I did say, because it says the word party afterwards. So fuck being part of any party. I'm politically homeless, is usually what, I've heard other people say too. And that is the truth. And I think more and more people feel that way. I'd like to say, like, I'm apolitical, but, we get wrapped into politics whether we like it or not. I mean, beliefs are politics. And dogmatic things is just believing in things. So, it gets complicated. But anyway, take care. It's been fun, and we'll see if I upload this. All right.